biometric technology was chosen to tackle the multiple registration challenge. In March 2011, the procurement process started. The EC had assistance from the UN and EU consultants in preparing the specifications for the system they were going to procure. The objectives of the system were, we needed speed and accuracy in the compilation of the register. We needed to eliminate multiple registrations. We needed to lay the foundation for a system of continuous registration and updating of the register. In terms of the actual exercise, it was required under the law that anyone applying for registration needed to produce either a passport, a driver's license, an existing voter ID card, a national identity card, or a national health insurance card. Otherwise, if you didn't have any of this, you required the sworn evidence of 2 people who were already on the register. There was the registration kit. It came with a computer, a webcam, so your picture could be taken at the registration center, a fingerprint scanner, the micro AFI software. That's a software that analyzes the biometric fingerprints, and then an inkjet scanner, so we could print the forms and the cards at the center. So at the center, the data was captured directly, and then daily, or depending on technology infrastructure, it was periodically updated. Data was transmitted to the District Office of the Commission, and then directly to a central database of the EC via the Commission's network. Now, the main thing is that the biometric system that we currently have, it segregates multiple entries based on your biometric details. And so it won't use your face, but if the same set of fingerprints appear, the system would capture that and put it on a segregated list. The system also creates an exception list based on the time and date of registration. So if, for instance, the date fixed, publicized or fixed for registration is the 1st to the 6th of March, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you are registered at 6 p.m. within those dates, you'll go into the exception list. If you are registered on the 8th of March, you'll go into the exception list. And so this system was used to identify multiple registrations, because you will walk into a registration center, you can register. You can go to another registration center on the same day and register. However, when we upload everything to the central database, then it would isolate the multiple registrations. So this was basically supposed to reduce fraud of the public and by the public. Another challenge that has been mentioned is the fact that our registered voter population is comparatively higher than other African countries. I think there's been a lot of the submissions dealt with this. We decided to look at South Africa and Kenya. So Ghana has estimated national population currently of 27.7 million. Estimated voter population is 15.3 million. On the register, we have 14.8 million. So this is 55% of the estimated voter population and 53% of the estimated number of registered voters. When you look at South Africa, there's a 62% of their voter population that should be on the register, but they actually have 48%. And when you look at Kenya, it's 49% and 32%. But we went beyond this. We've actually engaged these countries. And so, for instance, we asked Kenya, why do you have 14.3 million people on your register when you have an estimated national population of 45 million? And their answer was that at the time they were creating their register, they had only a 1-month period. Their target was actually 18 million, but they only succeeded in getting 14.3 million people on the register. Their actual eligible voter population is 22 million, which is where, if you read their new strategic plan, is their target to close. South Africa was asked the same question, and they said, yes, we have 52 million people, estimated voter population of 32 million. We have only 25.1 million people on the register, and that's because voting is not compulsory, and a lot of people do not feel the incentive to have a voter ID card. So why is Ghana's score so high? And we think it's important that when we're talking statistics, we must situate it within the context and the peculiarities of the countries we're comparing ourselves to. Like I just mentioned, some countries had registration challenges, same as Nigeria. There were a lot of a short period to do registrations, they couldn't capture everyone. In Ghana, the voter ID is the de facto national ID. And so there's a great incentive for people to register beyond the interest in political parties. People need a means of identifying themselves, to undertake commercial transactions, to open bank accounts, to acquire phone lines. And because you do not have a national ID system like you have in Kenya and South Africa, for instance, there is not an incentive to be on the register. Voting is not compulsory.